Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we focus on metals, mining, and more. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson. Today we will discuss a company that has established itself as a premier project generator. I'm speaking of MILLROCK Resources, trading on the TSXV symbol MRO and on the OTCQX symbol MLRKF. Joining us today is Gregory Beischer. He is the president, CEO, and director of MILLROCK Resources. Mr. Beischer, welcome to the show, sir.
Glad to be back, Maurice. Good to see you.
Gregory, MILLROCK Resources just published a press release entitled MILLROCK Reports Drill Results from La Navidad Gold Project, Sonora State, Mexico. Mr. Beischer, please share the results with us.
Yeah, they were pretty good results, Maurice, and they were a long time coming. As you know, we'd been expecting to release these right after Christmas, but we had a hitch with the lab that did the assaying, and it took a while to sort out, but now I'm confident in the results, and that was the reason for the delay. And the results are pretty good, though I'll be very honest, we were hoping for better. We were hoping that the intersections that we drilled would be a bit thicker, and we hoped that they would go further to the west than they did. So we've outlined some gold mineralization, but with these types of deposits, there has to be a lot of rock that's mineralized, and so we need to find more. We're right now busily working away to do the surface surveys we need to mount the next drill program, which is presently planned for April of this year. So we're encouraged enough to keep going, and we look forward to the next round.
And Mr. Beischer, just to clarify here, how many holes did we drill there?
Yep, there was 12 holes, totaled around 2,200 meters. So it was a good first start, but we're just barely scratching the surface at this point.
Now, Mr. Beischer, for someone not familiar with La Navidad, does it display similar characteristics of gold systems in the area?
Well, we're on the hunt, Maurice, for what geologists call orogenic gold deposits. And so these are a type of deposit that is typically a very large volume of rock mineralized with a relatively low concentration of gold. And so it's a matter of scale. And if we have a big volume of rock that has just a little bit of gold, we can mine, or a mining company can mine on a large scale and do it profitably. And they're pretty common in this area of northwestern Mexico. There's several good examples, such as the San Francisco mine operated by Aleo Gold. There's a number of good examples. Herradura, operated by Newmont. And so we're looking for the same thing. It's a large-scale gold deposit that would be of interest to some of the bigger mining companies in the world. And our partner, Centerra Gold, is funding all the exploration work on this project. They're a mid-tier to upper scale gold company. So they believe in the project, and we're working away on it.
All right, switching gears. Sprott Media just published a great interview sharing a discussion between Albert Liu and legendary Rick Rule, aptly entitled, "This is an Advantageous Time for Prospect Generators." In this interview, Rick Rule shares why prospect generators are a great way to de-risk one's portfolio and yet participate in all the upside. Mr. Beischer, would you like to comment on that for us?
Well, sure. I'm always happy to see Mr. Rule talk about companies like ours that follow this business model. I know for a fact that he and his team of analysts and investors have successfully invested in companies that are prospect or project generators, and made a lot of money doing so. And so I'm happy to see him talking about companies like ours. Maybe I'll just digress for a moment, Maurice, to make the distinction. I always call MILLROCK a project generator. And the more common term is prospect generator. But I think our approach to attract money from major mining companies as to being to acquire district scale land packages that are truly projects upon which there might be dozens of mineral prospects. Where there's showings or occurrences of gold or copper in the ground. And so that I believe has been a big part of MILLROCK's success in attracting the funding of the major mining companies. We really do go for those big land packages, those district scale concepts that really attract that money. The interview with Mr. Rule I found quite interesting in the way that he drew the parallel to research and development between biotech and pharmaceutical companies. That's really what we do. MILLROCK has a fantastic team of really smart geologists that can imagine, they're creative and can try and think of where the next big gold deposit is, the next big copper deposit, the sort of discovery that will make a fortune for its shareholders. And the two are quite parallel that way. But it's a high-risk business where a lot of capital is invested with only a few big winners. But this is our business model is a way to reduce that risk. And I think all mineral investors would be well advised to read, listen to that article or that video, because it really does describe our approach to a high-risk venture very, very well.
And for our listeners, I will publish this link here for the interview that was conducted by Albert Liu with Rick Rule from Sprott Media. Now, Gregory, allow me to be the first to congratulate MILLROCK Resources on once again being hand-selected by Mr. Rule to be one of the featured project generators at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium, which will be in Vancouver the 17th through the 20th of July.
Great. Yeah, we're looking forward to that, and I hope to see you there, Maurice.
Looking forward to it as well, sir. Gregory, let's remind listeners why Mr. Rule in particular holds MILLROCK Resources in such high regard.
Well, I think it's mostly because we stick to our business model, and we endeavor to come up with exploration projects that will attract capital from the world's biggest mining companies, and therefore we're able to reduce the risk. We're able to explore 5 or 6 or 7 projects at any one time and increase the chances that we will successfully find a giant ore body that will be worth many, many millions or billions of dollars. And so we stuck to that, and we know that if we keep doing excellent scientific work, and reducing the risk by sharing the risk with mining companies, profitable mining companies, then ultimately we'll succeed to the great benefit of our shareholders.
Now, Gregory, just for someone new listening to the MILLROCK Resources story, please share, where are some of these projects located?
Well, home base for me is Alaska. I live in Anchorage, and we explore all over that great state. But we balance the seasonality of that with the northwestern portion of Mexico, Sonora State, and also the southwest United States. And of course, as you know, we opportunistically bought up a big land package in the Golden Triangle of British Columbia 2 years ago, and now have put those projects into a new company called Sojourn Exploration, and found geologists like us that have some very high level of technical competence in that jurisdiction. And that company's just getting off the ground, and we're hopeful that it's going to take off and fly high. So that's Sojourn Exploration, SOJ, on the Venture Exchange in Canada.
And you also have some projects in the south, is that correct?
Yes, sir. And the southwest United States, we've been growing our portfolio there, and I think you can anticipate some news in the near future about that, Maurice. We've been rather quiet about it. built up a land position in the state of New Mexico for several different commodities. And you can look forward to some new partnerships announced soon.
Well, congratulations. We look forward to it, sir. And for our listeners, if you're looking to attend the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium, we will also provide a link with this interview. Now, Mr. Beischer, what is the next unanswered question for MILLROCK, and when should we expect an answer, and what will determine success?
Well, again, Maurice, it's always good to think about the markets generally, and more and more get the feeling, it's just a feeling, that the markets and metals has been consolidating, building a base, and I really feel like soon is going to be the time for the next leg up. And people that know more than I do about markets are starting to say the same thing and starting to predict that it's going to be a long, sustained bull market. And so, as you know, we've been long suffering as investors, and for us that are issuers, the companies that are doing the exploration, it has been a long 5 to 6 years. And I know at this point how cyclical our industry is, and I know that we've been in a long downturn, and so it's likely that we're going to see a good upturn in a bull market coming ahead of us, and it'll be a welcome relief.
Indeed it will. Mr. Beischer, last question. What did I forget to ask?
Well, Maurice, I do think about MILLROCK's prospects going forward, and I think about the year ahead, and I can see that we're going to be drilling on one project or another, be it in Alaska or Mexico or the United States or British Columbia, one project or another throughout the year and probably the next year too. And, the only way to ultimately discover a giant mineral deposit is to drill holes, drill exploratory holes. And if we're almost always drilling good targets, there's a chance we're going to make the big hit that pays off for everyone, and especially our shareholders. So that's our mission right now.
Mr. Beischer, for someone listening that wants to get more information regarding MILLROCK Resources, please share the contact details.
Sure. Just go on our website, millrockresources.com, and you'll have access via email to Melanie Henderson at our investor relations, or by phone.
And by the way, we want to congratulate Melanie Henderson. Today is 2 years with MILLROCK Resources, so congratulations, Mrs. Henderson.
She's been a great addition to our company. Thanks, Maurice.
And last but not least, please visit our website, www.provenandprobable.com, where we interview the most respected names in the natural resource space. You may reach us at contact@provenandprobable.com. Gregory Beischer of MILLROCK Resources, thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
Always a pleasure, Maurice. Good night.
And for our listeners, we want to share that MILLROCK Resources is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and that we are proud shareholders of MILLROCK Resources for the virtues conveyed in today's message.
Thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable. Remember to like and subscribe for more conversations with the most respected names in the natural resource space. Check out our website at www.provenandprobable.com. The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.